Let's get right into this review for Marty Supreme. Alright, so Marty Supreme is the next big film by Josh Safdie, which stars Timothée Chalamet as the main lead. The story here is about Marty Mauser dreaming big and doing quite literally whatever he can to become not just one, but the best table tennis player out there. Not a preface, I'm a big fan of Timothée's diverse roles from his recent work so far, ranging from Dune to Wonka, and it's safe to say that I was already sold by the previews and all of the pre-hype from the marketing department's contribution for this film. Also, table tennis isn't a sport I've ever seen in a cinematic package, and I truly thought this had a lot of potential to push the niche sport further into the spotlight in a positive manner. Just as we've seen an influx of popularity happen for the sport of racing with films like F1 or Ford v Ferrari, or even challengers for tennis. And now that I've seen the film, what did I think about the cinematic package here? I thought this was a good cinematic package, but not without its flaws. To start with the positives, the casting was phenomenal. I truly believe Timothée was made for this role and the character of Marty, and is going to do a lot for his already impressive resume. And I can fully understand why this must have been a fun role to take charge of as the main lead, as there's many uniquely varied story beats and segments interwoven into the screenplay to keep the acting dynamic and fresh each step of the way. Another positive was the cinematography. It was clean cut, sharp, and captured everything in between from the chaotic drama to the heat of the table tennis matches wonderfully. As for the third major positive, kudos to the entirety of Act 1. This initial segment blew me away and had me smiling from all aspects of this film working so nicely together. Seeing the table tennis matches, the dialogues, the erratically bold attitude of Marty Mauser and his lifestyle choices, all of these working cogs helped to service the story being told in a strong manner, and it's safe to say that Act 1 remained the best part of this entire film experience. Now, as for the negative gripes I had with this story, I think one of the key flaws was the various subplots placed in Act 2. For instance, there's this whole side quest about a dog that absolutely did not work for me. All of it felt so out of the blue, and I thought this film was definitely teetering on the line of having an identity crisis. Don't get me wrong though, I was so caught off guard during my screening that I still thoroughly enjoyed this segment as it all unfolded. But in all honesty, I don't really think this helped to service Marty Mauser's core story of table tennis whatsoever. That leads me to my next negative, that all the pre-marketing hype made me fundamentally believe this is going to be a dream big table tennis story, when in reality this is far from a traditional sports drama. You're truly not going to be able to expect where the story is going to take you next, especially throughout Act 2 as you inevitably go through various distinct subplots. And as much as I enjoyed how the conclusion in Act 3 played out, I just found Act 2 way too offbeat to allow the conclusion to shine effectively by the end. As a matter of fact, a part of me also had a subtle "that's it" moment from witnessing the conclusion. My final gripe was generally about how unlikable and stupid so many of the character decisions are in this film. I honestly was in disbelief in a negative manner to the string of poor choices that I witnessed on screen. This didn't inspire me to cheer for the majority of the characters involved past Act 1 of the story. All in all though, I still found this to be a highly original story with more than enough good elements to it, even with some of the glaring flaws. My final score for Marty Supreme is 8 out of 10. This was a solid cinematic experience, probably the best for Timothée Chalamet's career and what the marketing department accomplished here. The film ended up being a solid enough time with a great ensemble paired to it all. Generally speaking, I just found parts of the storytelling to be way out of the blue or just outright messy at times. Anyways, thanks for checking this review out. I'll have 2 more coming this week, so stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I shall see you on my future upload. Until then, stay safe out there and peace.